I'm Corporal Catherine Tournier, head of the Underwater Recovery Team for the Manitoba RCMP. The role of the Underwater Recovery Team, or URT, is to assist detachments, major crime services, and other units in locating items underwater that are related to an investigation. We recover evidence as well, not just bodies. However, it is the latter I'm here to speak with you about. I'm not speaking to evidence searches today. I suspect the numbers I have for you will surprise a lot of you. URT was called to 4 drownings already this year. There were 8 in 2023, 11 in 2022, and 10 in 2021 that URT specifically responded to. These numbers don't include the missing persons investigations we were called to and involved in. We have been called out 11 times so far in 2024 and have spent 342 hours on duty in relation to URT calls. Last year, it was 934 hours. When my team arrives on scene, it is not typically in a rescue capacity. We are coming to recover someone from the water. I'm here today for one reason, to ask you, the public, to put me out of a job recovering drowning victims. We often talk about life jackets and personal flotation devices, or PFDs, and those are absolutely essential to water safety. What we don't always talk about is what happens that lands people in the water or makes them unable to survive in the water once they are there. Let me start at the beginning. When URT gets the initial call, that is when the adrenaline pumps, but once we get on scene, we are methodical and precise in the work that we do. We need to determine the elements of the body of water we are attending. Is it a lake, a river? Is it fast-moving water? Are there any obstacles in the water? What equipment are we going to need to safely engage in this body of water? Living in Manitoba, we know there is 0 to limited visibility in the lakes and rivers. When we are in the water, we are searching with our hands as much as our eyes, because you may not see anything until it is right in front of you. Our main goal is to do the recovery and get the deceased back to their families. I see the purpose of the work, I truly do, and while it is a grim job, it is one that I know is very important. We are holding the event here in Lac de Bonnie, as there have been several drownings here in recent years, including one already this year. And this area has lots of swift water and rapids, beautiful but deadly natural elements. You need to be very careful around fast-moving water. To give you an idea, RCMP divers who have a lot of training in dangerous waters and have spent hour upon hour in the water are required to wear a swift water PFD if there is any risk of slipping into the water. And these are experienced swimmers and divers. A recreational swimmer has little chance of surviving swift-moving waters and rapids without a life jacket or a swift water PFD. Even strong recreational swimmers can't always compete. Water is very unforgiving. One slip of your foot and you could be fighting for your life. And we have seen that here in this community. We have seen family hikes turn deadly because they decided to hike near swift water and a child slipped and went under. You don't typically wear a life jacket while out on a hike, so keeping a safe distance from the water, 3 meters or 10 feet, is a good rule. Same with campsites. It might seem like a great idea to camp near a body of water, like a river or near the beauty of the rapids, but if you're camping with young children, don't pick a site near the fast-moving water. Just dipping a toe in can cause a family to be torn apart. In the Lac du Bonny area, as well as many other bodies of water in Manitoba, there are also obstacles like dams and bridges. When it comes to a dam, the water goes in through an intake where it creates powerful currents and turbulence, which can pull swimmers underwater or into the dam. On the other side of the dam, swift water is coming out, creating strong currents, and as I said before, even strong recreational swimmers can't usually compete with a strong current. Even decommissioned dams or bridge structures can be dangerous due to hazards that accumulate by these structures, such as shopping carts thrown in the water, bicycles, fishing line, and downed trees that rest against the pillars. All of these can trap a swimmer and cause them to drown. And then my team is called. We have instances where parents look away from their children for an instant at the beach. As short a time as turning to put your camera down, and tragedy has struck. Please don't plan on relaxing and reading a book if you take your children to the beach. You need to be vigilant and aware of where your children are at all times, and they should be wearing a life jacket if they're going in the water at all. On boats, most people do put their children in life jackets, so why aren't the adults wearing them? What happens if you go overboard and then go under? Your life is lost, and your child is now on the boat by themselves, hoping that someone will come and find them. Everyone, and I mean absolutely everyone, should be wearing a life jacket or a PFD while on a boat. I wish there were words to describe what the reality is for my team when we do a body recovery. We are in the dark, searching by feel for someone's loved one, hoping to find and return them, but knowing that it will never make things right. One moment causes lifelong consequences for those left behind. I want to dive for evidence. I don't want to dive for bodies, because I don't want there to be anyone losing their life while out on the water having fun. Please put me out of a job. Think about where you are swimming, what the risks are, how to protect the children in your care, and ultimately how to stay safe while in or on water. A day at the beach should not turn deadly, and it is within your control to make sure it doesn't. Thank you, and please stay safe this summer.